Hello guys, welcome again, a new video, technical analysis for Bitcoin. This video actually is going to be interesting because we are going to talk about what is going to happen or I'm expecting for Bitcoin in 1 day chart. First of all, Bitcoin is just wasting time here in this level. Yep. And also I am looking for a short-term bounce, yes, but in general, actually I'm looking for continuation to the downside. Okay. So why? Well, technically speaking, it's very simple. Bitcoin is about to test a settle line here, as you can see here. Yes, a settle line here in curve. So from this point, you see here, Bitcoin fired a buy signal here in August, the last week of August. And we saw this bounce actually, as you can see here, we saw this bounce here and a perfect short here from ME55 and to the downside. And as you can see here right now, it's in the basement again, and Bitcoin maybe next week. No, actually maybe by the end of this week, you will see Bitcoin in sideways. I mean, still in sideways, yes, and potentially a bounce here to kill some shorts because now people they are in short here and maybe testing the Mi 55, maybe around there, maybe for our chart is gonna be better, maybe around $26,800, around maximum $27,000, and from there another short opportunity will show up and you will see continuation. Where the target it should be the ME 55 in the monthly, and potentially this move is gonna be enough to break finally the ME 55 in the monthly, and I am looking for continuation in the long term to around 20K. So as long as Bitcoin is holding 20K, everything should be fine. But well, social media will be crazy. They will start calling Bitcoin at 10K, whatever. Technically speaking, Bitcoin is not doing actually very good. We have sell signals forming right now in the monthly. Bitcoin is not bullish anymore, at least all the rest of this year. This is gonna be very interesting because Bitcoin is gonna fire as a signal maybe in October. I think I would say in October, November, and potentially Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is below 20K, yes, in that moment I will start looking for maybe new lows. But now, for now, as long as Bitcoin is holding a 20K in the macro timeframes. And here, this green box, I am still looking like potential continuation in the monthly or a massive range between 20K and 30K. Now, in the short term here, let me show you why I'm looking for a bounce. Well, in 4-hour chart, let me show you here. 4-hour chart, we have this potentially buy signal forming here in 4-hour chart, as you can see here. Looks like maybe in the next 8 hours we will see a bounce here. So as long as Bitcoin is holding this area around $25,000, 700, 500, everything should be fine at least to see a bounce here. As you can see, the resistance is around here, maximum $26,000 to 300 around there for our chart, an extension to maybe $27,000. I will start looking for maybe potentially around here, something like this, right? But don't get me wrong, if you see this bounce, well, that is gonna be the next short opportunity, at least for me, looking for continuation. Okay, so now let's talk about um, a little bit more about weekly chart here now, because Bitcoin actually is doing something very interesting here. Um, let me show you here. Technically speaking, if we see every time when we saw Bitcoin breaking the ME55 in the OBB, if you don't know what is OBB, is on volume balance. This indicator, of course, this is a custom indicator. You can get this indicator in my private channel on my private group on Discord. So as you can see here, technically speaking, every time when Bitcoin broke the 55 here in weekly basis, the bottom was already in. So as you can see here, let me show you here um, as you can see here in 2015 in July, Bitcoin broke the 55 here and the bottom was already in. As you can see here, the bottom was around $162, and from there we have a massive rally to around $800. So the second time was in 2018 when Bitcoin actually broke the 55 and it was around $4,000, and we have a major bounce here around 14K. In this area. Actually, I wasn't short around 13K in that time. So as you can see here, the next time right now is here in 2022. So thinking, technically speaking, if we use the data in the past, Bitcoin, the bottom should be right already in. The problem with this price action is, well, Bitcoin is doing something different. Like I think it's the first time I see this kind of price action in the history of Bitcoin, where Bitcoin broke the M55, testing here, tested the M55, but instead of keep bouncing, instead of doing this, tested again the M55 here. So what is gonna happen is eventually this is gonna, if we see a bounce here, there is a very good chance this area is gonna be broken, and you will see in the lower, sorry, in the next area of volume, because this is the area of volume, around 16 and 20K will be the area I will start looking for this. I mean, for this this move. Now we can see a week. Let me show you here. We can see a week where, for example, we have this area, right? We have this area. This is the lowest point. And we can see something like this, right? A drop here. Bitcoin can even test 70K again, but the point is, like, we have to see the candle closing like this, right? Something like this with um, maybe something like this, right? We can see a wick like this. Everything should be fine if we see something like this. If you want to know and a good example, a good example for this, well, let me show you here. We have the Corona crash. So Bitcoin broke the M55, as you can see, tested the previous low here, or sorry, the previous low. Around in 2018, it was around $3,000, 700, 800 around there. And after that, we had a major bounce. Honestly, this is the price action, actually, something like this I am looking for right now for Bitcoin this year. So something like this, right? Breaking here, as long as Bitcoin is not making new lows here, and especially it's not closing below here, I am looking for something like this. Okay. So this video was an update for Bitcoin, micro timeframes and macro timeframes. And well, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.